And welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. A recent survey came out where they ranked different types of occupations and the approval rating with the general public. Well, you may want to not know this, but at the very bottom, at 11% approval, was the U.S. House of Representatives. And of course, just a little bit above it is the news media, because they can distort an awful lot of things. Today we have with us somebody that wants to have one of those jobs to try to improve that reputation. Jessica Taylor, you are a candidate for District 2, U.S. House of Representatives, which means you are going to be representing people.
Yes, sir, and that's exactly what I want to do, represent the people of this district.
Mm-hmm. And basically, like I said, there's not too much approval for that job right now, so the big question, why would you want a job that's...
Well, when you put it like that,
but you might say, let me get out of here.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess it goes back to the saying that the only way for evil to prevail is for good people to do nothing.
Absolutely.
So I'm willing to take those hits,
Absolutely.
and I know that to do this job, I have to have so many people that just don't like me, and that's something I'm just willing to stomach and deal with.
Well, I don't imagine it's the not liking you. It's just that you stand for your principles.
Well, sure.
And that's a very important thing. Sure. And I think what's happened right now, when you look at the political scene, is too many people are trying to do what's politically correct as opposed to what's correct.
That's right.
And what are you going to do to change that?
Well, I hope to change hearts and minds
Good.
with reason, you know, and certainly the liberal socialists do not like what we've been doing. We've had a very successful campaign launch. The launch video went viral, and I have put together a conservative squad with 3 other conservative women, and we're trying to combat socialism. And it has really resonated with the left, because the comments that we get on Twitter and across some of the liberal news outlets have been, you know, I don't read them anymore, and I just keep, you know, I keep talking about what I know is true, and I think that if we have, you know, a new generation of conservatives who can come in and speak the truth, I think we can win back hearts and minds.
What do you think is the major problem up there? Obviously, we're supposed to be the United States of America. When you go up there, if you win, you're going to raise your hand, and you're going to make a pledge. You're going to vow to do something. Are those people really adhering to their vow?
I think the biggest problem there is that most people there think the government should be providing solutions to our problems instead of the private sector. The government should be limited. It should be the private sector that solves most of these problems. You know, leading with free market and business, with our wonderful nonprofit communities and faith-based organizations. Those are the types of entities that should be making change, not the government.
And it seems like they want to dictate everything, don't they?
They do.
It's just we're becoming a country of laws, and nothing's getting accomplished. What do you do to make that change?
I think you give the power back to the states and localities, not the federal government.
And that's very important. Yeah, because right now, absolutely, they can make a law, and it will just hinder us totally. One of the biggest things, I think, is in the area of education. If you can govern education at a local basis, you're far better to have a better product. But there's too many levels. Can that be changed?
I think so, and absolutely, local people know what their local problems are, and every time we have bureaucrats in DC telling us how to do things, they take our money that's ours to begin with, send it down to the states, who then turn around and give a lot of it to the localities, who then turn around and give it to the nonprofits. And every time that money changes hands, there's an administrative fee, and you're losing some efficiency. I mean, you can't have your original purpose in that money trickle down 4 different steps and then it actually do what it's supposed to do, and it's diluted. So we don't need the federal government telling us how we need to live. You mentioned education, but specifically with abortion too. You know, that's something that I think we absolutely have got to win back hearts and minds about. We need to overturn Roe v. Wade, but we also need to up our efforts locally and at the ground level. As you know, I was president of the board of directors for our River Region Pregnancy Center, and seeing those abortion-minded women come in and then choose life after the services that we provide to them tells me that there is hope, and we can combat it from the private sector while we try to overturn Roe.
Right. And you know, we hear an awful lot about, well, we don't need religion in government, but we do need God in government as a foundation.
And we need God in the people who are governing us. You know, I think that's most important.
Yeah, because obviously what you want to do is you want to do what's best for your constituents. In District 2, there's primarily we're agricultural, but military is very important too.
Very
How do you feel on both of those areas?
Well, people joke that this district is peanuts and propellers, and that's
Yep.
absolutely true.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, our farmers are the lifeblood of not only our state, but this country. They literally feed us and put the clothes on our back. And so that industry is very important to me. And of course, military. My husband's an Iraq war veteran, currently in the Alabama National Guard, and I have done a ton of work. My company, before running for this, worked with several defense contractors and military-focused clients. So providing communities where our soldiers and their families can thrive, looking at spousal reciprocity. So when spouses move with their military service member, they can work and not go through all of these hurdles. Same with the kids. So we've got to provide strong communities for our service members and also support our defense contractors, a vital segment to our whole state.
Great. So if some of our viewers want to get more information about you, what do they need to do? And can you be willing to probably come and speak to a group to be able to get your message out also, right?
Yes, anyone who wants to find more information about our campaign can go to jessicatayloral.com. We would love folks to sign up and volunteer with us, help tell your friends about our message. We are going to be traveling all over the 15 counties of this district and would love to meet you.
Great. Well, it's just about 6 weeks away, so you've got to get on those running shoes and run to the bitter end. If there's anything we can do, call on us. And of course, best of luck as you move forward.
Thank you, Jack.
And just remember this, do your homework, because these are people that are representing you. Make sure that they mirror your desires and they mirror how you feel about different problems. So we'll be right back right after this.